Welcome back to Baxter's Blades. All you traditional pocket knife enthusiasts and slip joint lovers from around the world, you are entering the Tiger Pit. Well, this is a video I've been meaning to do for a little while. I've already spoiled it. I've showed the knife, a quick preview. We have an older W.R. Case & Sons full-size Copperlock. This is manufactured 8/21/1998, the golden years. Well, not really, but fantastic knife. And, well, it's not this pigskin over here. Baxter, what's a pigskin? It's a burnt orange Shepherd Hills exclusive 100 made called pigskin, and then I guess they released 400 just called burnt orange or orange, dark orange. It's really odd. The boxes don't say burnt at all, so I'm wondering, did people burn these to make them look kind of like what Shepherd Hills released? I don't think so. So this is burnt bright orange Copperlock, 98. Found this one on eBay, my most expensive Copperlock. But that's not the knife we're talking about. The knife we are talking about is this. Wha-pow! Look at that. Can I get in there? Sometimes the camera casts shadows. You can see it's a burnt bright yellow. Same shield as that pigskin. I think it's called the barrel shield. Beautiful. Look at the pile side. You even get some whites in here. Look at that burn to this bright yellow. Also known as the snake skin. But the box says Yellowbone Copperlock. Very interesting. Not even a Shepherd Hills exclusive there. So I don't know, maybe Shepherd Hills did their 100 snakeskin that were numbered, and then 400 more of these. And then, I don't know, maybe Case did more of these burnt yellows, but it doesn't say burn. Maybe they didn't even bother mentioning the burn back in the day. $39.99. Woo! What a price. But adjusted for inflation, almost 30 years later, I don't know, 27 years later, they're about the same price, I guess. I mean, now you can pick these up for $70 to $90. So about double the price. Let's take a look at this gem. Look at it, this beautiful tang stamp. Gorgeous. Look at the polish on that stamped tang. If they only do that still. USA, model number, stainless steel, 61549 LSS. Oh, what a beauty. Blade centering. Bam! Pa-pow! Case used to know how to make them. Back spring. Or back lock. Definitely different than a back spring. Still got the little snaggle tooth there for Tim's School of Fish. Look at that snaggle tooth. Love this one. I've been looking for one of these actually before I found this. I love orange. I love the burnt yellow. Absolutely amazing. But this all started with Doom Crew Outdoors, and I was looking for the original lizard skin from 98, which is a burnt bright green. Now, I'm not a big Greenbone fan, but that's what started this all. And He introduced me to these. I cannot believe I found them, and I didn't. I was chatting with Charles on Instagram. He's a fellow large Copperlock lover, and I don't know what sparked the conversation, but I said, I'm looking for the snakeskin, the burnt bright yellow. And he sent me back a link to eBay. Here it is. I'm like, are you kidding me? It was a bid, $60. I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh, well, this is going to go for well over $150. I have not seen them for cheaper, and I actually don't see these at all. So I placed my bid, $61. Boom, I'm winning. It's like, holy cow. Well, there's 4 days left, so, didn't want to get my hopes up. But in the pictures, they were pointing out something here. Let's see if you can see it. You can't even see it in this light, because the shadow of my phone is blocking it. There it is. See that upper pin? There's a crack in the bone right there. See it? It goes all the way across. There it is. And at first I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I just bid $61 on a cracked bone knife. But it's very small. Look at how you didn't even see it until I got into focus. And I mentioned it to Charles, and he's like, oh man, I am sorry. And I said, no worries, Charles. I've been looking for one of these, and if I can get this for a cheap price, I'll shoot some super glue into there and smooth it out. And this piece isn't falling out, but you can feel right here, can feel it a little bit. Well, I got outbid. And I'm like, well, I guess there it goes. It's got a chip bone. Who cares? But I wanted this piece. Like I said, I haven't seen them go for under $150, and I don't really want to spend that much for one of these. And this burn is absolutely beautiful. The blade is centered, great fit and finish, and actually, this one came relatively sharp, unlike my pigskin. This is pretty dull, which I'll have to put an edge back on it. So it is such a fine crack. I was talking to Brad about this. He's like, I wouldn't even touch it. I guess if the bone chip ever falls off, I could glue it back on. It's going to be hard to shoot some glue in there. I got to get some really good liquid glue, tape off a bunch of areas, sand it, and repolish it. So I don't know if I'm going to do that. I may. I'm just happy to have it in the collection. Anyways, long story short, I think I won it for about $70, $71, which is honestly less than the full-size Copperlocks nowadays, except this one has a chip in the bone. Very happy I got it. Very happy Charles pointed this out to me. It was destiny that I mentioned it to him, and he found it. My only other snakeskin is this canoe, and it was a gift for Christmas. I'd seen it at an antique store and mentioned it to fellow family members, and they went back and got it for me. And this was a deal. I think it was only about $70. Also, this may be a 99. You can see very little burn there, but there's a little burn right here and there. And I'm not really into yellow bone that much, but it almost is taking on an orange hue. There you got a little burn right there. So now I have a matching set. Oh man, thank you so much, Charles. I would have never found this because I don't just sit there every night and put in my search words. I know you can kind of do that on eBay. I try to stay away from Evil Bay. This was also free shipping from Montana, so it came really fast. So $71 and tax. Wish I could have picked it up for $40. So I'm wondering if this came like this from the factory and somebody just had this in their collection, or if it developed that crack over time, which I'm trying to zoom in on it. There it is. Look how small that is. And that piece could possibly fall out if I use it. I really want to sand that down because I don't want to catch it, but it may be worth me shooting some glue in there and just fixing this amazing snakeskin. So glad to show this one off. Thank you so much for joining me in the tiger pit. I appreciate you all. You will stay sharp, be kind, and take chances. Take care.